Hello, everybody. Welcome in. Danny Garola here, pinkbarnstamper.com, coming to you from Tucson, Arizona. Let's make sure that we are live. Voila, there we are. I love it when everything works. So welcome in. We are in my Pink Barn studio. Can you guys see this fantastic little paper wreath? This is something that I wanted to share with you guys that we are going to be making, or I'm going to be showing you guys how to make. It is going to be one of the parts or one of the days projects for my 12 days of Christmas that will be coming up next month. So I will keep you guys posted on that. So isn't that cool? I showed you guys the angel last week that we're going to be making. So I wanted to show you that. Now that one is not, that's like an everyday wreath, like color wise, but the one that I will be making will be more of our holiday colors. So it's going to be more of a festive, pretty little Christmassy looking wreath. So, what have you guys been doing this weekend? Does anybody have any great stories to tell me about what they have done? If so, drop them in the comments for me and we can chat about it. That would be fun. I know today is Monday, the 27th of October, which blows my mind. I cannot believe that Halloween is almost here at the end of this week. I love it when Halloween falls on like a weekend. Well, I guess it's Friday evening, which, okay, it's the start of our weekend, right? So that works for me. I like that because all the little kiddos who get to go out and go trick-or-treating get to eat candy and not have to worry about school the next day. I so remember that when the kids all dreaded that they couldn't eat a bunch of candy because if it was a school night, they knew they had to wake up the next day, and that was always a bummer. So if they were in like a candy coma, it screwed the whole day up. But I'm sure teachers probably anticipate the day after Halloween, if it is on a weekday, they know what's going to happen. Kids are amped up on that candy, so it's great when it falls on a weekend like this. So yeah, that is also the last day of our starter kit promotion, which absolutely blows my mind, but we have been building my team. My team members, we've all been adding people to the Pink Barn Beauties. That is my team. And actually, when I flip you guys around, I'm going to show you the thank you gifts that I have been working on this weekend to send out. I actually just found out that I ordered the magnets for it, and ding dong me didn't read the description very well because it says, I just found out as I was opening this that they are low, or no, they say light magnets. So I went to put it on my first project and I was like, what in the world is going on? Why isn't this not even close to sticking? Like it just kept popping apart. I was like, well, that's not okay. That's not going to work. So I was thinking, well, maybe I have like a negative and a negative together and it was just like pushing them apart. No, I read the description on the little package and they are light magnets. So they're going to have to be sent back. And I'm just going to have to reorder some. I need strong magnets because of the projects that I'm making. I need them to really stick together. Now I am hoping, I just realized that hold tight real quick. I just realized that my other device, I unplugged it last week after my live, and I was charging my other device, the one that I am currently talking to you guys here on YouTube, and I never plugged the other device in. So I'm sure there might be some people wondering over on Facebook land, you said today that you were going to be here and you're not. So I'm going to try to get this pulled up over here. And invite our Facebook friends. I'm going to give it just a couple of seconds to maybe get a little bit more battery life to it, so I don't hit that go live button and then it wind up disconnecting with them, because that would be kind of a bummer. But then it would promote them to have to move over here to YouTube and visit us over here and say hi. So it looks like I have Frida in here. Welcome, Frida. You are getting ready for the Christmas bazaar. Oh, how fun is that? What are you creating? Do you have a lot of paper projects? I know you make some beautiful cards, and you make fun like 3D cards and 3D projects. And if you guys could see right now, one of the projects that Miss Frida has created for me is sitting right up here. It holds all my cards that customers and friends have sent me. I set it right up here, and it is a cute little barn. Let me show you guys again if you haven't seen this, because it is the most fantastic little project. Look at this barn. Isn't that so cute? And it matches my pink barn. Ah, look at the cow. I love it. There's a little pig with some hay up here. And we've got the 2 little chicks. And then the tractor. Ah, and look at this. If that doesn't like just blow your mind, this opens and that's where I store cards. Is that not the coolest thing ever? And look, she even customized it and said the pink barn. I absolutely love this thing. I will cherish this. Oh, hold on. I forgot to show you the back. Like, this whole thing is decorated. She has like blown this out of the water. It is the coolest thing ever. So she sent that to me. Love it. So that sits there. That definitely has to be displayed. So it looks like we are live over on Facebook now. Sorry, you guys. My device was not charged, and yeah, I wasn't able to go live with you the same time I did over on YouTube. So I'm popping in just a little bit late over here on Facebook, but nonetheless, I'm here. I promise you didn't miss much. Well, you actually missed a project that one of my followers, Miss Frida, has created, but you guys will have to go over and watch the replay over on YouTube or my blog tomorrow to be able to see it, because it is a fantastic project. All right, so I was talking about our starter kit that we are just about to wrap up on Friday. So what is a starter kit, you might be asking? So the starter kit is where you save money. You get a discount on all your future products. That's how it works. So if you are already spending money or are interested in crafting, card making, scrapbooking, and you love all things Stampin' Up, I highly recommend you checking out the starter kit that is available right now, because it is the best starter kit we've ever had. They even called it the best starter kit because it's the truth. It is. I've been with Stampin' Up for quite a few years now. I was a demonstrator prior, and I kind of took a hiatus during like when my granddaughter was born, and then I have come back, and I've been active for the last little bit over 5 years now. And honestly, this is the best deal I've ever seen as far as the starter kit is concerned. But just know that it is so much more than just the starter kit. You will become a part of my fabulous Pink Barn Beauties team. And actually, I just posted one of our team challenges over on our main group, which is where we also participate in team meetings with my team leader as well. And there is just a plethora of things that you will become a part of, and it's wonderful. It's a win-win, just saying. So I'm going to leave it at that. If you guys have any questions, you know how to reach out to me, pinkbarnstamper@gmail.com. And thanks for Cheryl last week pointing out to me that my wonderful true and dried little banner that I have on my desk was spelled wrong. Like, I forgot the N in barn. Goofy me, but I fixed it now, so don't be alarmed. Now you guys will be able to message me the correct email address. So if you have tried and it never got to me, try again. It's pinkbarnstamper@gmail.com. That's how you email me with any questions or anything that pertains to Stampin' Up. Or hey, you may just want to shoot me an email and say hi, and that's good. I'll go with it. All right. So this week we are going to be playing with a bundle that is in our new catalog, or in our, it's not new, but it's our holiday catalog, which came out in September. So I guess it's not really new. I mean, it's kind of newish. We're still playing with it. It is still very alive and active. This goes through December. I mean, I think it actually goes through, let's see here, the 5th of January. So you've got plenty of time to look at this catalog, play with holiday fun that we've got in here. I'm going to show you the one today that I'm playing with, and I absolutely love this. I got this actually when this first catalog went live. I got this bundle, and I haven't really played with it much. And then I was like, oh my gosh, I have to show that, because that has got things fall, things Halloween, things New Year's, things Christmas. So it's one of those very versatile sets that I will show you guys. And I'm going to make 3 different cards to represent this kit, or this bundle, so you can see the versatility of it. All right, let me shout out. We have a birthday this week. We've got tomorrow, the 28th. We've got Vicky Ekins. It is her birthday, so whoop whoop, happy birthday, Vicky. I know it's a day early, but you know what? Hey, it's a big shout out to you. It's your day. It's your special day. So I hope you have a wonderful one, and many, many more to come. Alrighty, so it looks like that's the only birthday that we had this coming up week. I did get birthday cards out in the mail for next month, for November, which, like I said, I feel like I just get birthday cards mailed out, and then I turn around and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's the end of the month. I've got to get the next month out. Time is flying by us. I'm like, I can't, like, again, I just really cannot even believe that it is Halloween. And then I'm seeing like all these Christmas things pop up everywhere. And I'm like, what in the world? Like, I feel like I just decorated for Halloween, and then now that stuff has to come down, and then we're going to be decorating for Christmas. So I'm thinking, oh my gosh, I have to get the Christmas tree out, and I have to do all these things. And I mean, just by the luck of this year, it all comes down on the weekend. So guess what I'm doing next weekend? I'm decorating for Christmas. So there will be fun pictures to come, because we will get all of our blow-ups put up outside. I know I posted in the beginning of the month the Halloween ones that we have out there. So those are fun. The kids love seeing them. And so I will switch those over to I will switch it to Thanksgiving. And then I will start adding in the Halloween ones, because I've got some like turkeys. I've got a turkey on a tractor, and he's pulling a little wagon behind him where it's got corn and chickens and stuff. It's just super cute. And then I have a big red barn that I put up, and it's huge. It's probably a little bit taller than 12 feet actually, but it is a big red barn. And then it's got 2 deer that stick their head out of the barn windows, and their heads teeter back and forth. And then I think Santa stands at the barn door. I just got it. It was either last year or the year before, so I've only put it up a couple of times. So, but yeah, I'll definitely have pictures of it, because you guys are going to love seeing those. I love the blow ups. I love it when, you know, the UPS drivers and FedEx and all the delivery guys, when they pull up, or my daughter's, like workers who come into the house, they pull up, and they love seeing those things, especially because we live so far out of town that it's so unexpected. So I think that's where they're just like, oh my gosh, you decorate? And yeah, because I want to enjoy that. Regardless whether anybody else does, I want to pull up and enjoy it. So that is what my jam is. I love the holidays. It always seems like they go by so fast. Like, that's kind of what I was thinking about today. I was like, God, I remember just like, you know, fireworks going off, and we're already at Halloween. So it's crazy. Time. So I've got a lot of Christmas cards I have to get on. So that's why I'm like, okay, Halloween is almost over. We need to get into the holiday card making. And that's why I really wanted to do the 12 days of Christmas crafting this year. It's the first year of me doing it. Now, I'm not going to say that I'm going to be live because right now I think the best thing to do is for me to pre-record those and then have those go up the 12 days. Just because the fact that I don't know, because we've got so many doctor's appointments coming up. And then I know tomorrow we have to go in and actually have the appointment with my daughter's back specialist to talk to him about when we're going to schedule her back surgery. So that's going to kind of determine everything that goes on. So if I have to be out here at 2 o'clock in the morning making videos, well, then so be it. It's what's going to happen. But I'm so excited to share this with you guys. I'm pretty sure, I mean, this came out back in, what was it? The beginning of October. And this is the 12 days of Christmas, or 12 day of crafting advent calendar. Now, this is not specifically Christmas themed. This is 12 days of crafting. So from looking at the stamp set that comes with it, you can see that it is kind of a all occasion little kind of bundle here. So I can't wait to open this up and see what's in it. I honestly, just from what I've been told, if I see people opening this up, I'll skip that video because I want it to be a surprise for me. Now, you guys don't have to do the same thing that I'm doing. This is just a surprise for me. But if you guys want to come in and join me, if you haven't seen what's in this, you know what? You guys are going to love the 12 days of crafting that I'm going to be doing for you guys and opening this up. And so if you have one and you haven't opened yours yet, maybe you want to wait and do it with me. So that is going to start on, I did print off a little brochure. Let me find it. Now that starts on November 25th. So I know that's backwards to you guys. But just to let you know, and I will start posting more about that as we kind of get closer to that. Right now, we're kind of, you know, again, taking care of the whole Halloween thing. And then we're going to move into getting our gobble gobble on. And then, of course, I get the wobble wobble going on after that. Because, of course, who doesn't love Thanksgiving meals, right? I actually was just texting my mom. It was either last night or the night before. And I was like, hey, I've already got Thanksgiving planned out. And she's like, what? And I go, yeah. I go, we are doing traditional Thanksgiving dinner this year. I think we lost Facebook. I think that phone died. So, you know what? We'll just have to wing it and they'll have to just watch the replay. I hate that that happens, but it is my fault that that device did not get plugged in. So anyways, I will repost this video over there later tonight. So if you know anybody who is trying to watch or say, you know, let them know that we are live over here on YouTube. So with that being said, yes, Thanksgiving, I'm so excited. My son was actually asking me, he said, he goes, what are we doing for Thanksgiving this year? He goes, are we going to do the pizza thing again? Because there was one year that we did pizza. Yeah, that won't happen again. That's what I told him. I go, no, it is going to be traditional Thanksgiving. I said, I go, we are going to be, I'm making some homemade biscuits. I have gotten turned on to like this homesteading kind of thing. That's where I started the whole sourdough journey that I've been on. But I've also learned how to make it's a 3-ingredient biscuit, and it's like a home style biscuit. It's almost like if you've ever had a KFC biscuit and you know how they're like flaky and they're just moist. Yeah, I've learned how to make those and my family loves them. So I'm going to be making a couple batches of those for Thanksgiving. We've already bought the turkey and, you know, we're going to do the green bean casserole, mashed potatoes, you know, all the traditional things. So I told my son, I go, no, it's traditional this year. So he goes, okay, I'm down with that. And I'm like, right, you know, who's not going to be down for food? And then so sometimes when our neighbors are in town, they'll either stay home and they'll come over and celebrate with us because we do just a little family thing here. So sometimes they come over and they love to bring card games over. So we'll sit there and we'll play card games. They have this one game. It is called Polish poker. It is a blast. It is a really, really quick playing game, and you use nickels. I mean, you could probably use any, amount of money that you wanted to, but we use nickels, and you ante, and it just kind of goes quickly around. Now, I've only played it like once or twice, so I don't quite remember exactly. I mean, as soon as they were to give me like the rundown of how it goes, I would definitely be in on it again. But we have a kick playing that. Like we are all laughing and the house is loud and we're all just having such a fun time. So if they don't come over on Thanksgiving, then they normally will come over on Christmas. But when they are back in town, then we definitely, my parents play it like every weekend with them. And then we'll pop in here and there and spend an evening with them playing as well. So it's just kind of fun. So I look forward to that. If they're not there, we normally do bring either card games or we'll bring some board games and we'll sit there and play it. There is kind of a game that I've been looking at. Now, I am kind of a potty mouth when I'm on the outside of the world and not behind a camera. But there is a game that I've been seeing kind of floating around, and it has a bad word in it. And it is kind of like Go Fish. And if you know, you know. If not, then it's just not for you. But there's this game going around and it is a hoot. And I'm actually thinking about doing that as a stocking stuffer for my son because I think he would love that game too. He's actually brought it up to me a couple of times, but I haven't really, I've been kind of nonchalant about it. So I'm like, yeah, okay, well, I'll look into it. But I think he would get a hoot out of that if I did that as a stocking stuffer. So just little ideas that I'm getting here and there. So we'll play with it. Okay, let's flip you guys around and look into this bundle that we're going to be using and get into these 3 fantabulous cards. So hold tight. Okay, I think that looks pretty good. And look, see, I did fix it. I did reprint it and I fixed the spelling. So now it's correct. So Frida says that at her convention, what did she say she was going to go to? It was a Christmas bazaar. She's going to have cards, notebooks, sticky pads with covers, etc. She's going to share pictures with us. That is so cool. I can't wait to see that. Good luck at your Christmas bazaar. I know you're going to do fabulous because you do such fabulous work. Lisa says, coming in a little late. That's okay. We love to have you here late. It's better to see you than to not. Hello, Kimberly. Welcome, welcome, you guys. Thanks for coming in and spending your evening with me. Yeah, the bombs fly when the family is playing games. Absolutely. Yes, Kimberly, that is so my family as well. That's how we roll. Oh, yeah, that's right. Frida was showing pictures on her Facebook. She had a new shed built. And that's what I was asking her. I go, hey, are you going to turn your shed into like a she shed? That's going to be your crafting thing. And she said that she's going to use it for storage now. But that's what she was just posting about, is that she's been sorting some stuff out and getting Christmas stuff out. So fabulous. All right, I am gonna have to put my hair up because I'm hot right now. We are experiencing kind of some warm weather right now. I'm not complaining because I'm one of those people who I love to have it nice and cool when I sleep. So our evenings have been getting down like in the 60s. I think one night we actually dipped into the 50s. And so we have been sleeping with the windows and all that open. And so to have that crisp air, I've been sleeping so well lately because of having the cool weather. It's just been fantastic. But our days have been getting a little warm. Today, well, right now at 5:30 p.m., we are at 81 degrees. So I think we got up to like 84, it says, was our high today. So it has been kind of warm, but you know what? It's definitely not in the hundreds, so I'm all for it. All right, so again, I was telling you guys that we're going to be using the set. This is on page 51 of our holiday catalog. Now, this is called the Words of the Season. So the stamp set is actually all things sentiments. So there's no actual images in here. They're just sentiment stamp sets. Now, these are one of the last of the few of our rubber, red rubber ink, our red rubber stamps. Geez, words are hard. And so as you've heard, Stampin' Up! Is moving to all photopolymer. So that is our clear stamps. They are going to be moving all of our stamps over to the clear, which I'm not sad about. I'll just be completely honest with you. I like being able to see through the stamp. I like being able to see it for alignment. I prefer the photopolymer, but this is you know, one of the ones that is on the last rotation of red rubber. But you know what? I'm not sad about it. I'll still use it. I love it. But this is a sentiment set. And the reason why they are switching over is because red rubber is becoming, the source is becoming a lot harder to get their hands on. So they can more easily and readily get their hands on the photopolymer. So that's why they've just made that decision that instead of risking not being able to get this and not being able to produce stamps, because Stampin' Up! Creates all their own stamps and produces them, that if they have the photopolymer, they know that that's something that they will always be able to get their hands on, at least as now. And so the dies that coordinate with this is all words, besides the one little banner here that does go with some of these little curved stamped sentiments that fit in here quite nicely. And I will be using one of those tonight. But it's nice because you've got happy, wishes, merry, autumn, Halloween, Christmas, greetings. This is holidays and New Year. So it covers all your holidays coming up. So again, that can be found on page 51. I will be using the branching out dies. So the way my kits work is these are the offer of my Make It Monday class kit is free with an online purchase in my store, which is shopdannygarola.com. So once your order is $35, now this is before tax and shipping and after any of your rewards have been redeemed, through today, the 27th, through November 2nd, midnight. So that's this coming up Sunday. When you place an order in my online store of $35 or more, I will send you the kit in the mail. Now, any of the dies that I use in this or any of the sentiment stamps, I will not Stampin' Up! Per their policy. We are not allowed to pre-stamp any images for you. But your supplies will come with cardstock, anything. If I use any kind of embossing folder, I emboss it for you. I do have most things cut and ready for you, but I will not die or punch anything using the featured bundle, which is this, but any additional die cuts or punch pieces I will be providing for you. So as I said, I will be using the branching out, which is right here. So I will be using a couple of these elements. So those will come already pre-cut in your kits this week. And I also am using the Stylish Shapes dies. I'm going to be using a circle from this, and that will come already pre-cut in your card kits also. So you'll know that those will just be ready to go. You will just have to stamp and cut out any of the words that I use from this set. And so I will be mailing those out next week, and those will be showing up to you by the 6th of next week. I will have those out in the mail. So when you make a purchase all this week, and then next week I get everything cut and prepared and then shipped out to you, so then you can create these same fabulous cards. Okay. There's Cheryl. I saw you come in here, lady. Hello, hello. So definitely, let me know how your weekend went. And I know it is a beginning of a new week for some, not everybody. Some weeks are wonky for other people, if depending on what kind of schedule you have. But I know it is the beginning of the week, and a lot of the time Mondays are hard for people. So coming in and doing a little bit of crafting sometimes just helps take that ease off the beginning stresses of the week. So these are the 3 cards that I'm going to be showing you guys tonight. So as you can see, here's the words. They are completely die cut out. And then you just place them where you want them. And then I have used some of the stamps here just to go with our words. And then on the inside, I can use the innies. So you've got some outies and some innies. And I'll be showing you those as we create our cards. So let's go ahead. We're going to start with our Halloween card. Let me get my pack here. So each card is going to come in its own envelope for you. So all you'll have to do is pull out all of your pieces and make sure you get them all out of there. A lot of the time when I make my card kits, I have these little tiny little Ziploc bags, and little tiny pieces like this, I always will put those in a bag, because sometimes when you go to flip this out, one might fly out and land on the floor, and then you're like, oh my gosh, I can't make this card now because I've lost one of the pieces. Well, if I keep them in the little bags, sometimes it just makes things a little bit safer. Okay, so there's the inside of our card. I'm going to set that over there. We have got our basic black card base. This is 8.5 by 5.5, just a standard card base. I'm going to fold that and I'll try to find my, where is it? Oh, you know what? It probably fell. I've got a bone folder. I do, I promise, but I don't know where it went. So you know what? We're gonna wing it. So when you can't find your bone folder, you can take any kind of stamp block. We've got these in many, many different sizes. Crease your card that way. You know what? Make it work. When in doubt, figure it out. So we have got some little squares here. So what I'm going to do with these squares is these are going to go on our card like so, as you can see. But before I do all that, I've got some different colored paper here. Now this paper I am using comes from our Spooky Sweet Specialty Designer Series paper. Now this is all things candy, Halloween, spooky, cute kind of stuff. So we're going to glue those on there. Now you will see the dimensions over on my blog. pinkbarnstamper.com is where you're going to find all the dimensions for this and all the supplies that I have used. So I'm going to just place these right on here. And you guys, don't let me forget when I'm done with this card to show you the projects that I am working on for my new team members. Because boy, oh boy, are they cool. And once I started putting them together, they go together quite easily. But like I said, I found out that when I ordered those magnets today, they were, look at these. These would have been perfect too. They would have been the perfect size to work, but then I read right here, light objects. Yeah, I need the super strength magnets apparently, because that just wasn't cutting it. Okay, so here is my card base. I'm going to now take my little squares and we are going to add those like so. So let's go ahead and get those put on there. So the way I'm putting them is I am watching the side and the top, and that is what I am trying to make the same width. Now I'm eyeballing it. I'm not measuring anything. I'm just coming in here and looking to see that space. I like to wing things. These are homemade, you know, made from the heart, not from the ruler. So imperfections are, you know, our love. So don't let anybody ever try to tell you that when you give them a homemade gift that it's cheap, because they are wrong. I hate to break it to them, but they are wrong. These are made with our love and our time and our energy. And a lot of us put our kind of heart and soul into these projects. Okay, we're gonna go just like that on those little squares there. These are little die cut pieces that come in that paper pack that, what did I say it was? Spooky cute? Spooky sweet. So it comes with two 12 by 12 sheets of these fun little die cut images. So I'm gonna put our little Meowloween little cutie on here. That's what I'm calling this little card. What did I name this card? Let me go back and look really quick so you guys will actually know. Happy Meowloween! That's what this card is called. So when you look on the blog, I mean, obviously you'll see the pictures. So they'll be the dead giveaway. Okay, here she is. So cute, our little princess. And then our little bats. And so then what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my little dust bag here. Actually, you know what? I think I'm going to actually cut my word out and see the placement so I can kind of see where we're going to add that stamped image there. So I'm going to grab my, I don't know where the other thing is for that. So I'm not going to use the mini. I'm going to use the regular size. So let me grab the big boss here. My husband would say that's him, but I beg to differ. It's my machine. So I am using just a scrap of Petunia Pop, and I'm going to grab the word Halloween, and we're just going to cut that out. So I will let you know that the beginning letter, normally the very first letter, from what I've noticed, from what I've used, is not attached. So let me show you guys what I mean by that. Just so when you go to pull this out of your die machine, you're like, oh my gosh, I lost a letter. Well, you probably didn't. It's probably still sitting on your mat. But the H in Halloween is separate from the rest of the word. The rest of the word is all connected, just like so. And let me grab my take your pick tool and get this little piece out of that O. Okay. So that's the word Halloween. So we know we're going to add that about right down here. So I think I might put happy over a little bit more than what I did on this card. So I'm going to take my little dust pouch here and just get all the oils from my fingers off of there. I'm going to grab my Versamark pad, and we're going to use the word happy. And I'm just gonna stamp that right over here. I do need to grab my white embossing powder before I get too far into this. So I'm gonna stamp happy right underneath that square, like so. I'm gonna grab my white embossing powder. This is from our Basics Wow embossing powder in my online store. We've got two different sets of embossing powder. We've got our metallics, which have silver, copper, and gold. And then our basics has the black, white, and I believe the clear that come in those. And then I just store mine in these little containers because it just makes like cleanup just a little bit easier. So now I'm going to use my heat tool and just melt this powder to a beautiful, almost like a little buttery consistency. Okay. So if you try to use your embossing and you don't have a heat tool, somebody said, hey, can I use a hair dryer? No, you can't. Hair dryer doesn't get hot enough. And so this reaches very high temperatures. So you really want to watch your hands to not be in front. Like I wouldn't hold my card here and then blow that heat tool because I'll melt my fingers. It gets very, very hot. A hair dryer doesn't get that hot because otherwise it would melt your hair. So they do that for a good reason to not let that get that hot. So you do need a heat tool to melt this powder down to have it become permanent on your card. Okay, then I'm just gonna take I'm gonna hold this with my tweezers. I've realized I have seasonal allergies because I'm fine certain times of the year, and then I start feeling like, especially like fall or spring, and we don't have like a lot of trees that have pollen or anything like that, but it's dry certain times of the year. We don't have as much moisture. And I definitely think that my doctor had mentioned it before to me. She's like, you might have seasonal allergies. And I kind of like blew it off because I was like, I've never had allergies before. And I lived in Oregon where, you know, we had lots of pollen and trees, and we did live very, you know, foresty out under Mount Hood when we lived there. And I never really had a problem up there. But she was also telling me that, hey, guess what? With age comes problems. So she was like, you know, sometimes as we age, you can start developing allergies. And I was like, oh, well, hot darn. Lucky me. So I think, I guess I'm like more in tune with the idea of thinking that maybe, yes, I do have seasonal allergies. Okay, we're gonna place her right in the middle of these squares. Oh, that is wonderful, Kim. Kim said that only a 3-day week for her, and then she's off for a long girls' weekend of crafting. Ah, let me just tell you, Kim, I'm a little bit jelly. I'll be completely honest with you. I'm jealous. But I do wish you a very fabulous time. And then when you come back next week, you're going to have to tell us how it went because, of course, we're going to want to know. So I better definitely see you commenting when I say, hey, how'd your weekend go? You better say it went, well, you say what you want, but I know it's going to go fabulous, and you're going to have to let us know that. So we have got, these are the Shimmer Star foam stickers that really go well with this. So I'm going to go ahead and add my little bats on here first, and then we're going to put these little foam stars on here. But I just love these little bats. If I can pick it up, if my hand will work. Okay, there's our bats. So let's add, you know, the white might be kind of neat, but I do like the petunia on there. I think that would go really cool and those would really pop. Let me grab my take your pick tool and see if it'd be easier to get these off with that. Now they are foam, so if you try to pick them up, it might squish them a little bit. And then you kind of ruin the shape of our star, and I don't want to do that. Let's put one up there. I'm going to grab another little one in here, and I'm going to put it right, kind of right there. There we go. And yes, my son's side is healing. I know so many of you guys commented after I posted that picture last week of his side after I was telling you guys that he fell. And so it's almost completely healed now and he can touch it and he's no longer in pain. So that's a good thing. That kind of freaked me out because I was hoping to God that he had no internal damage, and you know, he was kind of worried about it, but then he's like, of course, that tough guy in him, he's like, no, I'm fine, da 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 da. Well, I'll deal with those later because I can't get that back in the package. So not a big deal at the moment. So yeah, so he definitely healed and has no internal damage. So that's good. Okay, so now I am going to take this little strip of that designer series paper and we're going to add this to the bottom of our card here, our white inside layer. And then I noticed that this is just a little bit longer than my layer, so we're going to cut that down just like that. And then I was saying we've got any's inside of our card. So we've got words like greeting, wishes, happy to you and yours, and cheery wishes. But then we've got, may the magic of Christmas fill each corner of your home and heart. So incredibly grateful for all my blessings, especially you. May your holiday season be filled with joy and happiness. Let's toast to yesterday's achievements and tomorrow's bright future. What the heck was that? And then have a spectacular Halloween. That's what we're going to use inside of here because clearly it's fitting. All right, I think we're going to go ahead and do this in petunia because it's fitting as well. So I'm going to take that and I think I'm going to put it right down here in the bottom corner like that. And then we can come in here and take another look at some of our little die cut pieces that come with this. And I think I might put a couple of these little candy corns in there. I was thinking of doing a couple more little bats. But I think our little paper with the candy corns, these go quite well in here. So I'm just going to put some candies, just like so. And then we are going to glue that right down inside of our card base here. And we have got our first adorable little Halloween card. Oh yeah, the first couple of days he was in some pretty excruciating pain. So there is a fun, kind of a simple little layout, but isn't that adorable? Oh, I love it. And these words I think are fabulous. I really love word dies. I think they really kind of pop off of our pages depending on how we use them. But this is just such cute paper. I could not like resist making another Halloween card. So there is another Halloween card for you, and this will be in the kit this week. All right, the next card that we're going to make, but wait, I'm going to show you these before I forget again. So for my new team members that have just joined the team, and again, if you would love to get your hands on one of these, I would love to mail you one. So please join my team. You can join with our best starter kit ever. It goes through the 31st of this month. So you can go over to my blog, pinkbarnstamper.com, scroll down till you see that best kit, or you could go over to the right-hand column. There's a categories, scroll down, go to promotions, and scroll down just a little bit, and you're going to see that starter kit promotion, and you can read all about how to grab one of these. So for my my new team members, I am creating these fun little folders. So I did order, where did I put those? I have got my little, and I just had them because I was getting ready to stick it on here. Now, where did I put it? Oh, that's right. I put it up here because I have my, my wreath forms up there to create those wreaths. So I ordered a bunch of these little calendars. And so the calendar is going to go right here. And so that magnet that I ordered was going to go in the inside of this. And then this will be sealed, so that magnet will be tucked underneath there. And then when you close this, I'll have another magnet. So this is another pocket here. Now these little folders, as a demonstrator, we can order these. They're like, I think they come in like a 5-pack or something. They're very, very inexpensive. So this is just one side of the folder that I did. And then I buy these little mini legal mats. And then I have just a pin, and I've created the little, the buckle or the pin strap. And then this is another little strap. Now this has got just a little Velcro tab on there. And then this is one of our envelopes just cut in half. I sealed it, cut it in half to create another little pocket so people can put like receipts in there. I will put a piece of tear and tape on here, and this will get sealed down. So then they can use this pocket for things as well. But then that shuts, they get a pin, they get their little notepad. So if you have recently joined my team, you will be receiving one of these in the mail. I will get this adhered on there. It's just one of those little flip calendars. And so super, super, super cute. I love it. I love how it turned out. I love that it has the Stampin' Up logo on the back. So these are fun. I have a whole stack of them over here that I've got to get those magnets put on. But I definitely wanted to share that with you because they're just too cute to not share. And I think for our team meeting, maybe for December, I might ask Kelly if I can demonstrate how to make those. Because she's always looking for team members to demonstrate in our team meetings projects. So I think I might actually create that one. All right, so let's go ahead and make this. So this is a fun little Christmas card here. This has got some shimmer to it with our gold foil paper. So for this one, I am using Basic Beige as my card base. I looked at the Christmas hybrid folder as well, but let me tell you my opinion of what made me go with this one and not that one. I do have the other one. Now, this was, Kimberly had just mentioned that she's debating between a couple of different bundles. Now, I do have this one that I think this might be retired by now, but this was the Thoughtful Moments hybrid. The reason why I went with this versus another one of these, like the new one that you're talking about, is because A, if you want any of your lettering to be in color, you have to then take a brayer and run through your ink and then go over your one side to get any kind of color on that image when you die cut it. Otherwise, it's going to be completely whatever color your paper is when you go to run it through. The other thing is typically you're going to need a 6x6 piece of paper and you're going to need to die cut it all at once, right? You get what I'm saying? And how many of one color, like, okay, so for instance, let me just show you. I have a bunch of these already pre-cut that when I ran my black ink over that, I came out with all of these. Now, when I make cards, but then it's like, there's some of them, how many of one sentiment am I going to use? So this is what they will come out on, just a solid color. So it kind of gives it like that little raised look to it. This is if you do black ink over it with a brayer. That's another solid one. But I've got a ton of them in here that I haven't really even used. You Make Me Happy. I mean, they're cute sentiments from this set. I can't remember exactly what was in the Christmas one. But it's tough because it's like when you go to make them, you're not going to waste the paper to just find one little thing and try to run it all through and just get ink on that if you decide to ink it. But maybe that's what you want to do. But it was just a lot of paper because you always had to do the full thing at once. Because I wasn't going to try to piece by piece little wordings in there and stuff. But if you're good at that, then you go for it. But that's why I went with this one, because I had that same dilemma as you're talking about, Kim. Okay, so here is our basic beige card base. And again, I don't know where I put my, did I put it up there? Nope. Sometimes I tell you what. So we're just going to use our block. Then I have a piece of cherry cobbler, and this paper here, now this one has been around for a while. They actually brought it back for us. This is called the Season of Elegance Specialty Designer Series paper. And this actually comes in the beige, the red, and the green, just so you know that those are traditional Christmas colors that come with this specialty paper, the Seasons of Elegance. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and adhere those two together. And I'm just going to adhere this straight down to my cherry cobbler layer. Okay, like so. So that's going to go on there with just a bit of a border. Then I've got, this is going to be my inside piece, and I forgot to actually cut. Oops, that's not the right paper. I forgot to cut myself a inside strip. So let me grab a strip here for the inside of my card. So we'll set that there for the moment. And then I've got, oh, I did cut one. Hee hee. Kidding. I actually remembered something. And then I've got, this is where I brought in my branching out. Now I took a scrap of cherry cobbler and I cut out two of these. They're almost like they've got little berries, a little sprig of berries. So I've cut two of those out. And I also used the smallest one here on some gold foil paper. Make sure that is the right size. And then I have the rest of my scrap that I'm going to do my embossing and my word on. And then I am also bringing in some ribbon that has been retired. I think this was from last year, but it went so well with this that I was like, you know what? when you get the kit from me, you're going to get some of that in there to go with your beautiful card. So if you are a demonstrator and you already have this, then you can pick up some. I think we do have a cherry cobbler ribbon in the store right now. It won't be this exact paper, but you guys, I'm sure, have enough stuff in your stash that you can make something work. All right, so let's go ahead and we're gonna die cut our word Christmas. And then I'm gonna pull out my little banner because I'm gonna actually do my stamping and my embossing first, and then I'll line this up and cut it out. Because if I try, because it fits very tight on there, if I was to try to stamp that off on something like this, I guarantee you I'd screw it up. So for this one, I'm gonna say you should probably do your stamping first and then die cut it second. After, if you're going to do a card with embossing, do all that first. So I'm going to stamp that here as well, but I am going to use my little powder pad or powder pocket or whatever you want to call that thing. I don't even know if it has an actual name to it, but call it what you want. So I'm going to stamp this down here. Come in with my gold. This is from the Wow Metallics trio of embossing powder. Now, I will tell you that in the past, I have used other embossing powders, and not all embossing powders are created equally. I'll just say it nicely like that. I will say that the Wow brand that Stampin' Up! Carries has probably the best melting point to it that really gives you a nice image. I've had some of them where the powder, for the life of me, will just go off of there as soon as I start putting the heat on it. It just doesn't all melt correctly. So I will say that their choice in who makes their embossing powder is a very good choice. Okay, there we go. So now that I've got that, I'm going to wipe that dust off of there from my powder pad, powder pocket, we'll call it. Now again, your kit will already come with the gold pre-cut, and it will come with these pre-cut. Since this comes in with this bundle, you will have to stamp and die cut these, the word and your little banner. So let's do, I'm gonna do the word first, and then I'll come back and do the banner, so I don't have to try to keep track of two things not slipping around. Oh, there it is. I'm like, where did my clear... Thank God I have a couple of them. And did you guys see what I did? I put this thing on here backwards, so I couldn't reach that. The crank on it. Okay, so there is our word Christmas, and it looks like my C is still stuck on the paper. So this is another one of the words where that first letter is separate. And then you do have a dot for your I. I don't know if I put it on my other card because I think I didn't see it. Oh, I did. I actually did see it. Sometimes I surprise myself. And then our little banner here. And I just use some low tack tape on that to just hold that in place while I die cut it so it doesn't slide around in the machine. Okay. So there is our Christmas, and my little dot is up there. So if I think I've missed the dot, just let me know. Nope, it's sitting right up there underneath your .com. All right, so now let's bring our card over here. I'm gonna actually pop this up, but we'll wait and do that. Look, these were sitting here from when my husband was doing his cocktails and cards from one of our paper pumpkins. So I'm like, wait a minute, these are not our normal dimensions, but they'll work, whatever. Our elevators. What am I gonna do first? I was thinking I should do the ribbon first. So let's do the ribbon on this piece. So this is where I'm going to need to bring in my stamp and seal. And I just run just a couple of little lengths on there. Then I'm gonna grab my ribbon and I'm gonna take it and I'm just going to start, I'm gonna kind of come like this direction, pull that up, flip it over, bring it back, and again. Just like so. And then I'm gonna cut that off. And that is how I do that. Now you might have a fancier way of doing it, and maybe you have technical words of how to say it, but you know what? You saw what I did. Okay. Then when we bring this in, we're gonna pop that up on top of there and see how pretty that is. It just kind of adds a little bit more of a, you know, some sparkle and shine to that. So now I'm gonna grab my word and my tweezers, come in with just, again, just a couple of little dots of glue. If you have our, what the heck are they called? The sticker sheets. And if you can remember, because I never do, to add those on there, then you might want to run this through your embossing folder. Your die cutting machine on the sticker sheet to create that all kind of together. Okay, I'm going to put my C down so I can find the rest of my word here. Okay, if I can hold this without messing this all up. There we go. Okay, and then my greetings, it's gonna go right along the bottom here. Now I should have probably moved that down a bit, but I don't want to leave a bunch of smudging from the glue, especially on this gold. And then we have a dot right there. I'm just gonna dot my glue, and then hopefully I don't lose it in my putty, but I've got my little putty thing here. I'm gonna grab my dot for my eye, and there we go. Ooh, that worked pretty good. So then I'm just going to grab a mini dimensional. I can find those. I know I just restocked them in my little caddy here. And on this side, I'm gonna put my dimensional because it's gonna hang off of that. And then I'm gonna put some just regular green glue over here. And I'm gonna set that there a minute, and that's gonna go ahead and get tacky. We're going to put some dimensionals on the back of this. We're gonna add this to our front layer here. And I'm just watching this and then my two sides here to get this about as straight as I can. And then grab my little banner and just place that just like so on that. Oh, I think that's so pretty. I love it. And then with these, I'm just going to put glue down here on the bottom of the branch. I'll take one and go right up over here. And then the other one, I'm going to bring right over here. Just kind of pop that in there just to give that a little bit more. And see, and I just got some goopies on there from my finger with that glue. And you can take like a little bit of moisture, so I just kind of licked my finger. I know that's gross, but, and then you can just smudge that glue off of there. Then we're gonna come back in with our card base and our dimensionals. Hello, Linda. Hello, Melanie. I haven't seen you in a hot minute. How you been over there? You guys starting to cool off? Okay, we're gonna go just like that. Yeah, Melanie lives a couple hours away from me here in the Great Southwest. All right, then we're gonna put that there, and then we're gonna look at our sentiments, because there's a couple that will actually go with, with our Merry Christmas, and we will, you know, decide what we want to add to this. We've got options. Okay, there's that. That's what I was talking about earlier, is that it's been nice that the evenings have been cooling off, and I sleep so much better with, even in the summer, I have to have fans blowing on me. It has to stay very cool in my room. I just sleep better with it being colder. So yeah, it has been nice that it has cooled off. It's 43 in Wisconsin. Oh my goodness. That's chilly. I would probably be chattering. I could definitely be a Halloween display, because I'd be up there. 47 on the other side over in northern Indiana. Oh my goodness. You guys are definitely in that becoming winter-ish weather. All right, so now let's look at what we want to put in the inside of this. So may the magic of Christmas fill each corner of your home and heart. Aw, that's sweet. We've got, may your holiday season be filled with joy and happiness. This would be more for our Thanksgiving card, so we'll wait on that one, or our autumn card. I think that will be a good one for that. I think this would be good for New Year's. So we could use either one of these here. We do have Christmas greetings and cheery wishes. You could do that, but I'm going to stick with one of these thicker ones. I think I like this one. May the magic of Christmas fill each corner of your home and heart. I like that. So we're going to use that one if I can find it. Here it is. I can't read them when they're upside down, and, well, they're not upside down, but backwards, and, you know, they just kind of all squish together when you're looking at red rubber. No, that one's not gonna work. Let's grab this size. All right, and I'm gonna stamp that in cherry cobbler. It's hard to stamp with our colors, because if you're hungry, we have got the names of our colors are like enticing when it comes to, especially if you have a sweet tooth, or like pecan pie, crumb cake. I mean, come on now. We've got cherry cobbler. What is another one that is a food-centric color? Pumpkin pie, right? Strawberry slush. What is that? They make us want to run out and grab our sweets. Okay. And I have no idea what my husband made for dinner tonight. I don't know. I didn't ask. I just kind of let him wing it. He's on his own in there. I'll find out when we're done and he's like, hey, dinner's ready. I'll be like, okay, cool. Let's put this inside of our card now. Yeah, that's so pretty. Oh, I like that. Okay, that's gonna go in the inside here. I do like that. Okay, so I'm going to actually, I just saw these blinging out at me from my little embellishment tray over there. And I think maybe these stars, well, you know what? Maybe I don't like those on there. I was thinking those would be really pretty on there, but now that I look at it, no, I don't like it. I changed my mind. They were definitely giving me pretty, like, vibes coming out of there, but they're just not going to, they're not going to wing it for me. We've got, no, definitely not those. And that gold almost seems like too much of a yellowish gold, and maybe I'm just being nitpicky right now, but I just don't know if I like that. Those would be much prettier. Okay, we'll do that. So these are called our low profile dots. And I'm gonna do those because those look much better on there. And I think if I try to use my take your pick tool, I'm just gonna destroy that. So I'm gonna try to use what little bit of non-fingernails I do have to just add some of these on there. Maybe. Okay, we're gonna go like that. Oh yeah, I like that. That's so pretty. Such a like elegant looking Christmas card, but really didn't take a whole heck of a lot of work. Now these are one of those cards that would be great to do in multiples. Like if you had to make a bunch of cards for people, this would be sit down in a night and cut all your little pieces out. This, do a bunch of greetings on a piece of cherry cobbler, run your banners through them. So definitely a good card for that. So very pretty, pretty. Love that inside sentiment. So that is card number 2 for this. Then we've got a fun little quick and easy fall card. All right, so let me grab the envelope for this. We have got our early espresso card base for this one. There's our card base. I have got a piece. Now this is where I came in with the autumn, what the heck was this called again? Autumn toile. That word always gets me every single time. It just does. We have a piece of that gorgeous pumpkin festive looking paper. And then I have cut a piece of the backside. So I've just taken that. I've taken a 4 by 5 1/4 and I just cut this. How big is this piece? I just cut what is that? 1 3/8 inch off of the bottom. So just like so. Okay, so let's go ahead and get that adhered on there. Okay, just like that. All right, now I am bringing in some of this. This is called the Irregular Weave Trim. And just like I did on that other card, I'm gonna come in with a little bit of my Stampin' Seal. Just put a couple little lines of that on there. And doing that very same technique, holding it here, bringing it down, up, and then, whoops, I didn't go up quite far enough. And just like that, and then finding some scissors, and then just cutting that off. Now, I need to cut this down, but I also need to cut my word autumn from a piece of Cajun Craze. So I did want to kind of measure this out, see how long that is. So I'm gonna do about I know this is a little bit shorter, but I think I wanna do a 3-inch piece by, let's do 3 by, this is 1 1/4. So let's cut this down. We're gonna cut that at 3 by 1 1/4. I'm also going to grab my little distressing tool. Now I know this is my Cricut one, but I'm just going to distress this little rectangle that I have here, kind of just ripping. I don't know what this is actually called. I know it's distressing, but it's actually like pilling the paper. I don't know. Like that. Then with my little finger dauber thingy, I'm gonna grab my early espresso and I'm gonna add some distress to this where I've just done that, almost like a little worn look to it. Okay, I gotta go back here and look a little bit. So let's see. See, I definitely missed that, Kim. I just went back up a little bit and I was reading, you said that the trees have started turning the beautiful colors. I missed that so much. I see, Cheryl, that the cat sat on your keyboard. That's so funny. I love it. That's crazy. Well, she has to be a part of the crafting experience too. She's like, I don't want to miss out. I have to see what's going on here as well. Okay, so I'm just gonna put this on here and we're gonna get that die cutting machine out again. And we're gonna cut this word autumn. Oh, get my arms workout for the day. Oh, that's crazy that you thought you were adopting a kitten, but really they think it's about a year old. Yeah, well, I guess a year old is still kind of a kitten, right? I mean, cats can live a pretty long time. I mean, I think my aunt had a cat that lived like in its 20s. Like, and that's human years. Which I thought was kind of crazy for a cat, because I didn't realize cats lived that long, but I mean, I guess they can. Anything is possible. So again, the A is separate, but you just got to be careful because sometimes these little swirlies that are on the ends, they get caught in here, and you don't want to rip those as you're pulling that out of that die. So let me grab the word wishes, and we're going to actually stamp that in early espresso. Okay, so let's make sure we've got enough space for our autumn. And then put our wishes down here. Perfect. Okay. Okay, let's stamp this. I'm trying to read all the little cat comments over here. I'm trying to keep them in a row as I'm reading from one person answering to the other, just so I make sure I'm keeping up with the convo here. I'll have to go back and read what you guys are saying. I want to hear the cat talk. I feel so left out. Okay, we're gonna go just like that. So again, grabbing my tweezers. This one I'm gonna go ahead and put down first here. It's kind of hard. You really gotta kind of watch your placement with these, because since they are separate, you don't want to leave too big of a gap, but then you don't want to not leave a big enough gap. So you really kind of gotta play with these. And I didn't realize they were separate until clearly I bought this and started playing with it. So I'm just letting you guys know if you didn't know that. Okay, and we're gonna do that right there. Whoops. Let go, tweezers. Okay, that is that. We are gonna place that right on that seam. And we're gonna pop it up. We're gonna elevate it. Elevators, elevators. Wow, your cat made it to 22. See, that just is kind of mind-blowing, but it's because I didn't know. I didn't have any idea like how old cats can live till. So 22, that's kind of an old cat. I mean, I would assume. Because even dogs, like not too many dogs have you ever heard making it up into their 20s. Not to say that it hasn't happened, I'm sure, but you just don't hear about that happening very often. But I definitely think cats outlive dogs. But for the most part, I think, well, maybe I'm wrong, but I would think that when you got a cat, they typically stay indoors for the longevity of their life. I don't think cats, well, especially around here, cats don't live long if they go outside because of the coyotes that we have. And the bobcat and all that. Yeah, animals would not survive around here, especially a cat if you were to let it out. I mean, we pretty much keep most of our pets, like obviously not our goats and our chickens. They don't stay in the house, but our dogs, our cats. My son has a cat. It stays solely in his room. Okay, I'm now using, these are the Cajun Craze gold dots. I'm going to put those on here because I think those are going to go really pretty with this. So we'll put a big one there. Then we'll come over here with a little, or not a little, but that's the medium. And then we'll put a little one there. So that just kind of adds an extra little pop, but I love this paper and I definitely wanted this card to give that paper, the spot, what do you call it? The spotlight. There we go. Because that paper is definitely fall and gorgeous. I know we just bought pumpkins this weekend and the kids get to carve pumpkins. So my son's at work and I told him, I said, I was telling his partner that he needs to clean out the pumpkins because I don't really give a turd about the carving of the pumpkins. I just want the damn seeds. I'm like, that's my jam. I like putting those in the oven and I like baking them up with some salt. And that's what I get down on. So I told him, I said, you got to go in there and you got to get them pumpkin seeds for me. All right, I need another, where's my other big block? Oh, I have it in the house, shoot. Okay, so I'm gonna have to pull this off of here because I'm gonna use this other sentiment. So I think I'm gonna use the so incredibly grateful for all my blessings, especially you. Isn't that sweet? These sentiments are really, really cool. And they can, like, that could be used for a birthday, like, greeting, right? I mean, it could be used for a lot of things, but. So now, grabbing my Cajun Craze ink. And we're just going to stamp right like so. There we go. Oh, gosh. The other thing I really like about this, and I just noticed it when I stamped this Christmas card, is some of the lettering is bolder and more of a solid pattern versus some of the words. Do you guys notice that? I don't think I noticed it as much in here, but yeah, I guess I do. Like some of these have like that bold lettering. And I think that really is cool in there because it really emphasizes those words that you're looking for. So let's go ahead and add that inside of here. Now, if you guys are demonstrators and you hold classes, these cards are like in-person classes. These cards are great to do for an in-person class because that could be a beginner card or even somebody who is like new to crafting. They could do that. Like there's one word to stamp and then there's a sentiment in the inside. But for the most part, you're just stitching two pieces of paper together just on a card base. So there's one of those card ideas that would be good for a class. I know that's why I created this, is so when I have an in-person class, that would be an easy one. And sometimes I like an easy card like this, especially when I'm writing tutorials. It really makes it a lot easier for me to just nail tutorials out and get them out there for people. I think at the beginning of the year, because I do have other demonstrators that are not on my team that ask about me selling the card bases and the tutorials for my cards, that how can they purchase them for me. And I did at one point in time, but then I kind of stopped doing that and I just am doing it for my team. but I think I'm going to go back in January because I write them. So why not offer them for sale? And I know there are some demonstrators that are kind of just starting out and they don't have all the things. So they want to be able to buy this kit and they'll buy the stamp set on their own, or they already own this and maybe they don't own this paper. So they want to buy a kit that they can purchase and already have this to do their stamping and their die cutting and just buy my kits from me. So come January, I will start selling my kits that are free with purchase for my customers. So just know that that will be available coming in January. So, all right, you guys, here are our 3 fantastic cards that we created tonight. So our super cute little Meowloween card, our Christmas greetings, and our autumn wishes. Such beautiful and such a great variety. Like this, again, if you were going to do a card class and you wanted to offer Halloween, Christmas, and autumn cards, you've got it made right here. So I hope you guys enjoy this set and you really get kind of a different view of how it can be used. And I really enjoyed creating these cards for you guys. Have a fabulous rest of your week. And just know that when you place an order with me, you will get this in the mail by the end of next week or the beginning of, you know, like Saturday or something like that. Because I'll try to get these out in the mail as soon as possible because of all the things that we have going on this coming up week. So you guys, like always, create, craft, and spread kindness. We always know that a card is a paper hug, right? So I know that this last week when I did my kit class, I did little customer kits that I give to people who are potential customers. I did create some of those and hand those out. And to see their faces light up with getting a paper hug, it's pretty cool. And it doesn't take a lot to create these. We create cards all the time. I've got plethora of cards in this barn of mine. And to hand those to people and just to make a smile on somebody's face, just again, it's that kindness that we all need to spread in this world. Hey, madre. So you guys, my mom just peeked in the barn. So I'm going to let you guys go. You guys have a fabulous week. I will see you soon. Bye.